Aksharam in Sankshepa, so or we can say Ati Sankshipta form in minimum to minimum words. So those words have a good those who have a good basics can explore them in a correct manner and understand them. That's why all samhitas were written in a code words, like code words only. Okay, hence our duty, it's a duty of our teachers, and even it's our duty to explain our scholars to understand the sutras, explore them, try to understand the code words, try to search a cross connection in a single shlokas, and it's our duty. So as it's a famous quotation in regard to snehana from Sushruta Sutras, Chikitsa 31 chapter, third shloka, sneha saro ayam purusha pranashta sreya bhuishtam sneha sarasya bhavati. So it's a very known quotation, everybody. The Sharira has a special affinity towards the Sneha as it is originated from Shukra and Artha, which are also considered Snehatva only. So, as it is known quotation, Shirete Tat Shariram or Shirete Anit Shariram, that which continuously undergone destruction is known as Sharira. Okay, our Sharira means regularly in one or other system of body there will be a Shiryana in the body. That is metabolism. One is nothing but catabolism and anabolism. So in this, this means looks an appropriate, because in our Sharira constantly getting destroyed and degenerated in a race and pace with time and aging process. This definition points towards wear and tear phenomena taken place in our body at a constant time. At, and it also defines the body with the catabolic angle also. And apart from that, if you say importance of sneha, as we all of that Vagbhata has explained Dvidopokrama and our Charaka explained Shadvidopokrama. And if you bifurcate it mainly two angles, they are nothing but one is what you call apatarpana, one is santarpana. Santar nothing but snehana, apatar nothing but the other rest of the things. So one we can say that half of the treatment is from sneha only. Okay, and when you go through Charaka Chikitsa 28:18 shloka in Vataveda Adhyaya, while explaining the Vataveda Samprapti, Acharya explained Deha Srotam Siriktani Puretvam Anila Balihi. It is a well-known shlokas. So, Karot Vividan Vyadin Sarvanga Ekanga Samshitaha. So, the Vata on getting aggravated by the above mentioned causes get filled and occupies in the Rikta Srotas or empty Srotas. Okay. So, Chakrapani there he commented, Riktam iti Sneha Guna Shunyatam Ityataha. Nothing but once again in main Samprapti of Vatavadi, Acharya Chakrapani quoted that Riktatva is nothing but Sneha Guna Shunyaha only. So, this is the importance of Sneha. And even further, if you go to Charaka Sutra 12th chapter 17 shloka in Vatakalekla Adhyaya, it's a very beautiful quotation was there while explaining the Vata Gunas and its Samprapti. Vata Prakopani Khalu Ruksha Lagu Shita Daruna Khara Vishada Sushira Karani Shariranam. This is a quotation explained by Charaka. So, how to understand it means Vata Prakopani Khalu Ruksha Karani Shariranam, Lagu Karani Shariranam, Shita Karani Shariranam, okay, Daruna Karani Shariranam, Kharash Karani Shariranam, Vishada and respective Sushira Karani Shariranam. Means, so all these respective gunas of Vata, with that, because of its influence, the body will, or slokas will become with respective gunas. So in that Adhikarana also, Acharya Charaka explained that Tat Vidyayu Sharireshu Vayu Samyak Sanchamanasya Prashamati Apadate. Means with this opposite gunas, Tadate Videshareshu Vayu Rasham Gunatva Prakopapate means Vayu, this Vayu can be subside or controlled by deadly opposite gunas like Snigdha to Ruksha, Guru to Lagu, Ushna to Shita, and respectively all the gunas. Means what I mean to say is, whenever there is Vata Prakopa word comes, it doesn't mean that in every disease all the gunas are increased. So here to indicate that Acharya Charaka clearly mentioned Vata Prakopani Khalu respective gunas. In one Vadi, maybe some Ruksha may Prabalatva increase, and in other Samprapti, in Vata Vadi, maybe Lagu Guna, maybe Dharana Guna. So respective that Karani Shariranam, share nothing but Srotas only. Okay. So here तस्य वातस्य समान गुण वृद्धिः विपरीत गुण योगश्च ह्रासः उपपन्नम इति एव इति. So with this brief I have so many references, but I don't think it's necessary for teachers. So with this brief introduction, I'll go to our 13th chapter. Here we have some discussion. I'd like to discuss with the teachers. So 13th chapter. Sutras. First. Okay. So अथातो स्नेहाध्यायो व्याख्यास्यामः इति स्म भगवान आत्रेयः. So the word athato, okay, was word at the very first after the name of after the name of chapter in all sthanas. Okay, it means atha means shabda. Yes, till now, what is the meaning of athato? Means till now you have understood whatever I explained or teach you, and at the same time gives another meaning also, that it is also necessary further to understand the subject which I am going to tell you. This is the first word explained in almost all chapter of our Charaka Samhita. Means athato. Yes, till now you have understood whatever I explained or teach you, told by Guru to Agnivesha, and another meaning is it is also necessary for further to understand the subject which I am going to tell you. Okay, it was told by Guru Atreya Punarvasu to his Sishyas, disciple Agniveshadi. So here it is very important to notice that here indirectly Acharya Atreya Punarvasu is telling that till now, means up to 12th chapter from Sutrasthana, first 12th chapter of Sutrasthana, I have teached you about three Chatushkas. The 12th chapter comes, 13th chapter comes under 4th Chatushka. Okay, so as of now, I told you or teached you three Chatushkas, nothing but 12 chapters. Okay, now I am going to explain about its continuation. I'm going to continue and hope you have understood as of whatever I explained you, whatever teach you. So here it is very important to remember that till 12th chapter, so our Adhikarna is Snehana. Okay, our Adhikarna is Snehana. So here it is very important to remember that till 12th chapter, Acharya will explain Sneha Adhikarna also in scattered manner, right from first chapter to 12th chapter. Let's see, just I'll give a brief references only. I won't go on discussion. Right from first Charaka Sutra Sthana, first chapter 86 shloka, 87, he explained about Acharya explained about Chaturya Snehas. Okay, and in Charaka Sutra first chapter only 106 to 113 Ashtakshiras were explained. In Charaka Sutra second chapter 15 shloka explained about the Pura Karmas, that is Anupasit Dosha Pura Karmas, sense Vedana. So in second chapter same 26 Acharya explains Yavagus, 22 Yavagus were explained. And in Charaka Sutra second chapter 30 shloka, Acharya explained about the vapor, the treatment for vapor produced by Grita and Taila Prayoga. And in Charaka Sutra third chapter 19 shloka explained about Vata Vyadhara Lepas. In Charaka Sutra 13th, third chapter 20 shloka, Tila Prayoga, Vata Vyadhara Lepa once again. In Charaka third chapter only 21 shloka, Vata Raktahara Lepas, usage of Grita. In the same chapter 22nd shloka, once again Vata Raktahara Lepa. Okay, and in 23rd shloka, Shirashuladi Lepa, there also once again Grita is used. And 26th shloka, Daha Shamaka Lepa, usage of Grita. And in 25th shloka, explain Parshvashula Haralepa, usage of Grita and Taila once again. In 5th chapter, in Matrashiti Adhyaya, explain Anjana Kalpana, Dhumapana, Nasya, Anutaila, Abhyanga and Padabhyanga, everything. It's all concerned with our Sneha only. And in 6th chapter, 10 to 7 shloka, in Hemanta Rutu, Acharya explained about Sneha Padartha in Ahara, okay, Taila Abhyanga, Sira Abhyanga, okay, Jantuka Sveda, so and so. And in 6th chapter 23 to 26 explained about in Vasanta Ritu, Ahara and Vihara. They are relevant to Sneha, Snigdha and Madhura. Okay, and in 6th chapter 27 to 32 shloka explained about in Grishma Ritu Ahara Grita and Tuddapana, and in 6th chapter same in Varsha Ritu 33 to 40 shloka explained Ahara usage of Snehadravyas, and in same chapter 41 to 48 in Sharad Ritu usage of Tikta Grita, Virechana, Rakta Moksha and all. So in 7th chapter, once again 6 to 14 shloka explain Lakshana and Chikitsa of Adharana Vegas. There we come across Snehana, Svedana and all those things, and Basti also, and Uttar Basti including. And in 7th chapter, same 46 shloka explain Rutushodhana. And in same 7th chapter, 47 to 48 shloka explained about Rasayana Vajikarna Dravya Prayoga after Panchakarma. It's very important for us. The 7th chapter is very important, the Shodhana and all those things. And the same chapter 7, 49 shloka, benefits of Panchakarma and Rasayana Vajikarna, followed by. And in the 11th chapter, 55 shloka, Acharya explains Triveda Parimarjana. There, Abhyantara, Bhaya, it comes, Snehana Svedana also comes. That's why always, Acharya always use the word Athato. And in this, our Adhikarana, what we have to take meaning means, as of now till 12th chapter, 13th chapter, whatever he explained three chatushkas, in there also he already taught about Snehana Dravas in a scattered manner. And next, from here, next he is going to explain Snehana only. So it's better to remember all the backgrounds before going further. So next, so Chakrapani first commentary.
निर्देश वात कलाकलिये वातादयो अभिहितः तेषां भेषजं यतः कल्पनीयं तदुपदेष्टु कल्पना चतुष्को अभिधीयते.
So we start with Chakrapani commentary. So Nirdesha Vata Kalakaliyo Vatadayo Abhihitam Tesham Bheshajam Vatadayo Bheshajam Yatha Kalpaniyam Tad Upadeshtam Kalpana Chatushko Abhidiyate. So it's very clear. So what is Acharya Chakrapani telling here? In the previous Chatushkas, okay, that's Nidesh Chatushka, that too in the previous chapter, the last, okay, fourth chapter of Nidesh Chatushka explained about detailed Vata Dosha, Vatadi Dosha in Vata Kalakala Adhyaya. It's very clear. Therefore, now, in today's Adhikarana, it's our Adhikarana, Kalpana Chatushka, that is 13, 14, 15, 16 chapters, I am going to explain. It's explained where it's Vatadi. Vatadi means Vatadayoho, Bheshajam, treatment. That's why this Kalpana Chatushka is going to explain. Okay. So next, Bheshajana Kalpana, Bheshaja Kalpana, such a Kalpana, Ashradravyam, Abhidhanam, Vina, na parnete, Kalpayatum. So, preparation means Kalpana of Bheshaja is known as Bheshaj Kalpana. See, we come across this word in Siddhasthana first chapter. I think everybody remember Kalpana Shabdana Chaya Panchakarmanga Snesveda Uchate. So, Bheshaj Kalpana is different, preparation of patient is different. It's our different. For Panchakarmas, for any Pradhan Karma, preparation is our core karma. Okay, so hence here in this Kalpana, Acharya explained about Ashraya needed required dravyas, as without them, Ashraya dravyas, the Kalpana, the treatment is not done. So, in this regards, Acharya Charaka explained Snehana, Svedana, Vamana, Shiro, Virechana, Nirva, and all those things were explained already certain things in previous chapter, and certain things are going to explain here, and in detail, this explained in Kalpasthana and Siddhasthana also. So, अतः स्नेहादि दव्य गोचरः स्नेहस्वेद ओमन विरेचन कल्पना यह अभिधीयते बस्ति कल्पना त्व अहो त्व बहु वक्तत्वान् न उक्तम्. Here is very important word, second line is स्नेहस्वेद ओमन विरेचन कल्पना यह अभिधीयते. Here in this Adhikarana, in our Kalpana, this Adhik Chatushka, here Acharya is going to focus on four things: Snehana, Svedana, Vamana Virechana, respect to fourth chapter. But in the view of Bahu Vishayatvat, Bahu Vaktatvat, so in the view of lengthy detail involved about Vasti Karma has not been explained in the Chatushka. So here, Acharya, just we have to note this word very important. This is very important. We'll discuss. I'll give my opinion. It doesn't mean that whatever I'm telling is right. But what I understood as of now by reading this Samhita, I'll share with you people. We'll discuss later on. So this is very important word. I will discuss later. So अत्र वमनादि प्रवृत्तो स्नेहस्य एव विद्यमानतया तथा दोषप्रधानस्य वातस्य प्रधान भेषजत्वात् प्रतिपादक एव स्नेह आशयो अभिधीयते मीन्स हियर अत्रापि वमनादि प्रवृत्तो स्नेहस्य एव विद्यमानतया फर्स्ट इज here in Sneha is a first to be administered before the application of Vamanadi Panchakarma. It is there. It is understood. It's a Pura Karma, but of course it is general principle. Okay, and generally before Vamanadi Virechana, Sneha Svetana are administered. Okay, then the present Adhyaya deals with the Sneha Kalpana, which constitute the best remedy for the Vata Shamana, which is Vata, the most important among three doshas. That's why dosha pradhanasya vatasya pradhana peshatvat means why Acharya is giving the reason that he has given two reasons. Why first he started with this kalpana with snehana, why not svedana and all those things. Okay, so here it is telling that dosha pradhana first is in all panchakarma, especially Vamana Virechana, snehana is pura karma, it's a mandatory. Okay, that is that one. What you call it, second chapter I told now. Anupasya dosha. If there is upasya dosha, there is no need of Sneha Svedana na kriyate. But there is anupasya, then we need to go for Sneha Svedana. Okay. And second reason is the Acharya telling that dosha pradhanasya vatasya pradhana peshatva. And as we all of us know that for vata is a Sneha is a pradhana karma. Okay. So I think it is correct, but it is partially correct. We can say partially correct. Clinically, if you go and discuss, it's a very different thing. But Vata, as we remember that Ashtanga Hridaya, first chapter, 55 shloka. Sajan Doshana Kramena Parmosha, that's very common. It's a first year of Odhijuna first year. So what we came to know by the shloka means Vata, Pitta, Kapha, respectively, Basti, Virekomana, and this is for Shodhana in another commentary. And next thing, Taila Kritam Madhu, respectively for Shamana, Kratare. But here Sneha is a Aushada. So here, if you think that Dosha Pradhanasya Vatasya Pradhana Peshatvat means it's a partial, I think it's a partial, or we can say it's a partial, not partial. Sneha is there, Basti is also we have to understood here. And Basti, that Snehana can be given in Basti form also. It's a different matter. Snehana means it doesn't mean it's always Snehapana or always Abhyanga. And Snehana means in any form we can give, either in Karanapurna or Abhyanga, or Basti, Guda Basti, Sneha Basti, Anvasan Basti, Uttar Basti, so many Bastis we can give. And with this word, what we have to understand means Sneha Pradhanasya means we should not limit this word Sneha to only the Snehapana, because our topic is Snehapana, we should not limit that. Snehapana is there, we'll discuss. But Sneha is a Pradhan for Vata, but it may be in different form according to our need and things. Okay. Next, here. So next Acharya Chakrapani continued by explaining Vamanadi Pravritto Snehasya eva pradhana vidyamanataya dosha pradhanasya vatasya pradhana veshutat pradipatma snehavyate. So the Sneha is the first kind of treatment to be administered before application of Vamanadi karma. It's clear. And as I told you, it is mandatory 100% when anupasya doshas. Upasya doshas, its treatment is very different. Okay, Sneha Svedana na kriyate. And dosha pradhanasya vatasya pradhana tat pradipatma. So it is clear here. Clearly Acharya mentioned that among three doshas, Vata dosha is pradhana, and Sneha is to be considered as a pradhana vesha for Vata dosha. Okay, it's clear. But before these lines above, Acharya Chakrapani also described one very important sentence, which is important and very relevant to this context. Okay, that is अतः स्नेहादि द्रव्य गोचर स्नेह स्वेद वमनम विरेचनम कल्पये अभिधीयते. So here sneha svedana vamana virechana karmas kalpanas, that too based on the dravya solubility having snehadi gunas are to be explained here. But before, but because of the lengthy and vast subject Kalpana, Bahu Vishaya Vaktatva of the Basti Kalpana has not been explained in this context in this Chatushka. Basti Kalpanatva Bahu Vaktatva, so na Uktam. Here Acharya is telling that, means what he is telling, as I told, for Vata Sneha important, and at the same time, Acharya is not forgotten the word Basti. Chakrapani is reminded that, of course, for Vata Sneha is important, and at the same time, Basti is also important. But because of this reason, Basti Kalpanatva, Bhuvaktatva, na Uktam, because it's a lengthy, it's a vast subject, I cannot incorporate in this Chatushka, but I am not going to explain here, but he not explained where I am going to explain, we'll see later. So, if we see and try to understand collectively, what it seems means the message want to give by Acharya. See, one thing all of us always remember, our Sharakadi Samhitas are explained in very what you call in sutra form. Okay, Alpaksharam ಎಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, ಸರ್ವತೋನ್ಮುಖಂ, ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತೇ ಇದೆ. So to understand, we need to usage of Tantra Yuktis. There are so many Tantra Yuktis. Until unless we use Tantra Yuktis, we cannot understand our Shastra. So, with this regards, the Basti Kalpana was not described in this Chatushka, okay, in this 13, 14, 15 secret. Do you think is there any logical difference between Sneha Sveda Vamana Virechana as well as Basti Kalpana? As Acharya is going to explain here in Chatushka only 4 about Sneha Svedana, whereas Basti Kalpana Acharya not told. But he is not forgotten that also. He reminded in Chakrapani. It doesn't mean that for Vata only Snena Pradhana. Of course, Basti was there. But here, indirectly giving hint that, of course, Basti was there. But as it is a lengthy one, that's why I'm not explaining it. That's all. Okay. So, as of now, Acharya was not disclosed or told where he is going to discuss about Basti Kalpana. Then, once again, one doubt comes in mind. Is there any significance in mentioning about word Basti Kalpana in this 13th chapter? Or by giving explanation why Basti Kalpana is not going to explain here? Or what kind of message Acharya want to give here? Is there any important things to understand here? So, in this regard, we'll try to discuss. Before or during explanation of Basti Kalpana, can we find any kind of clarification? Yes, of course. We find the clarification that Acharya Chakrapani gave that na uktam. That's all. But it is very clear that in our Ayurveda, the Vata, particularly Vata dosha, is Pradhanupakram. Pradhanupakram is Vastya and Sneha. So in fact, Upakrama is Basti Upakrama is also very important compared to Snehana Karma. As Vasti itself is a multi-dimensional therapy, it includes Snehana, Shodhana, Shamana, Brahmana, and so and so. Basti Nanadresavanga Shodhana, Doshanam Samshodhan, it's explained by Sushruta. It is very well known verse. And here, Vasti means one should not limit it to always Nirobasti, kind of Shodhana. Basti means it also Sneha Basti, Anvasan Basti, Matra Basti, and even all Yapan Basti, Kshira Basti, Mamsa Basti, so on. So, Nirobasti acts according to what kind of drugs we are using. So, in fact, for Vata Pradhana is Sneha and Basti, both. But Acharya described here in this 4th Chatushka, in Sutrasthana, he is going to explain about Sneha Svedana Vamana Virechana, not going to explain Basti Karma here. It is explained by Chakrapani. But even nowhere our Acharya, in this 13th chapter of Charaka Sutrasthana, mentioned that Basti Kalpana is very separate or different Kalpana. That's why I'm not going to explain. He's not mentioned like anything. So for Vatasya Pradhanasya Peshana Snehana. So in this regard, he explained, he just given hint that of course indirectly Basti was there, but reason is not going to explain because of lengthy. So further earlier discussed that the Basti Kalpana or the Basti Karma is not any separate or different special entity. Okay, is not mentioned like that. In fact, the Basti is one very important treatment modality or procedure, and it is one among the Panchakarma procedure accepted by all Acharyas. So hence, with the due respect to the above description, Acharya Chakrapani Now, how can you forget to give the cross reference about Basti Kalpana also when the matter comes Vata? Okay. That too, when the Acharya is describing Upakama for Vata dosha, especially Vata, particularly Vata, and while explaining Snena Karma, indirectly Basti Kalpana also explained here. At the same time, Acharya Chakrapani substantiated directly that yes, being Basti Kalpana, that is very important, more important Snehana as a and Pradhan Karma for Vata dosha. Um, so, because of the certain reasons, I'm not going to explain here in Chatushka. Okay. So further, if we go through Charaka, um, huh, Charaka Kalpasana first chapter Chakrapani commentary. चिकित्सा स्थाने तु तत्र तत्र वेहितो ममनविरेचनयोः प्रयोगां विस्तारेण अभिधातुम्. There he explained that in चिकित्सा स्थान means immediately after चिकित्सा kalpasthana was explained. So there in the very first chapter Chakrapani quoted that चिकित्सा स्थाने तु तत्र तत्र वेहितो ममनविरेचनयोः प्रविस्तारेण अभिधातुम् means in the whole चिकित्सा 30 chapter of चिकित्सा स्थान here and there, here and right from Chora chapter to last 30 chapter, here and there, Omana Virachana Yoga Prayogam Vistarana. We can see the description of Omana Virachana in so many different diseases. But Yatyapi, Chikitsayam Basti api Pratipadakatva, yeah, of course, not only about Omana Virachana in this in the Chikitsasana, even we come across Basti treatment also in right from Chora to all chapter. So here, Basti Abhidhatakam, Siddhi Sthanam Api Chikitsa Ahu Taya Abhidhatakam. Here, Acharya is telling that, but in the same previous sthana, even Basti treatment also described for the treatment of various diseases. Therefore, the sthana which deals with the various aspects of Basti Kalpana is also required and required to be described as a part of treatment of various diseases, and that sthana is Siddhi Sthana. So, with this quotation, where Basti na Uttam, where in 13th chapter, what is Acharya Chakrapani told? Basti iha na Uttam. I'm not going to explain Basti, but in the same Kalpasthana, after Kalpasthana, Kalpasthana first chapter of Chikitsa, here Acharya told that, yes, of course, in Chikitsa, here and there, we come across Vamana Virachana also, but along when we come across Basti, and the same Basti, I'm going to explain in Siddhisthana. So, Tatrapi, पंचकर्मणां उत्सर्गिक उत्सर्गिकं प्रवृत्तौ वमनविरेचन पूर्वकम् एव बस्तिकर्म प्रवृत्ते भवति इति. Means here he is giving expression that while administering panchakarma tatrapi panchakarma pravruttau, in generally vamanavirechana karmas are to be administered before the administration of basti purvakam eva basti pravrittam bhavati. So that's why in that our adhikarana first explains snehana and swedana, thereafter Basti here in Siddhisthana. So, Kruttvamana Virechana Vidhavakam Kalpasthanam Evam. So, therefore, in Kalpasthana is exclusively dealing with Vamana and Virechana is played before the discussion of Basti Karma. Basti Vidhayakam Siddhisthanam Agre Abhidhyate. And the Basti Karma will be described later in Siddhisthana, but that to Agra before Kalpasthana. So, let's see one important word in Siddhisthana. First chapter once again. Saraka Siddhisthana, first chapter. Kalpasthana anantaram parishesha deva siddhisthana abhidhyate. It's very important word. It's very simple, but it's having a wide meaning. So, Kalpasthana anantaram. Once again, Chikitsa sthana anantaram. What? Tatra Vamana Virachana Yoga. And after Kalpasthana, Siddhisthana started. Chakrapani has quoted the Kalpasthana anantaram parishesha eva siddhisthana abhidhyate. So, here, in the previous sthana, that is in Kalpasthana, we all of us know that explained about different kalpas. Okay, which is useful for Vamana Virachana particularly. But Parishesha means Parishesha, the residual, the remaining part of the therapeutic measures. Okay, therapeutic measures. Yeah, therapeutic means all Panchakarma, Vamana Virachana, Basti, all, including all. Their successive application is being described in the present sthana is called Siddhisthana. Okay, so Parishesha means the whatever the aspect of Panchakarma procedures were not explained from first chapter of Sutrasthana to the last chapter Kalpasthana. Means Parishesha means we should not limit the word just succeed before the Kalpasthana Hedidantala. So here Acharya is explaining in the broader sense, Parishesha means whatever the aspect of Panchakarma process were not explained, means remained. They are not explained, unexplained from first chapter, because Charaka is Chikisa Sreshta. Chikisa right from first chapter, we come across Chikisa Siddhantas. Even if 59 sloka, 60 sloka, 61 sloka, respect to Vata Pitta Kapha, Chikisa we come across there only. And Saman Vishuddha, nothing but that treatment only. Even in first chapter, last we come across all Sneha Dravya, okay, all Mulini, Falini, so and so things. So so Acharya, by using the word, he is explaining that whatever the aspect of Panchakarma process were not explained from first chapter till to the Kalpasthana of last chapter. So all such important therapeutic measures of Vamana, Virechana, Basti, Nasya is being described in the present sthana, that is in Siddhisthana. And but of course, Parishesha, whatever the things were left, he will explain in brief in first chapter, that too before 19 shloka only. As from 19 to 20 only, almost all we find about Basti only, except second chapter, indication, contraindication, and in sixth chapter, Omana Virechana, Upadrava, Vapad only. So let's have the brief information about that. But it's a lengthy one. Just I made a list that what the things are explained in Siddhisthana in respect to Parishesha. If you go through Siddhisthana chapters, you come across certain references where these descriptions were not at all explained either in Sutrasthana in 13th chapter with respect to Snehana and Svedana, Omana Virechana, everything. Those Parisheshas were explained here in Siddhisthana. An example, just I'll give example. In Parishesha means just one or two example. In Charaka Siddhi first chapter 66 to 19 shlokas explained about Omana Virechana. Prakarshakala explained in Sutrasthana 13th chapter. But he not explained Trayavaram Saptajanam Paramtu. Of course he explained, but he not explained what happens if you if you go beyond 7 days. On those things not, but that Parishesha, these things are covered here. Okay, in Siddhisthana second chapter, we come across Somana Virechana and all the Panchakarmas indication, contraindication. And Siddhi sixth chapter, Omana Virechana happen. These Parishesha, in respect to Omana Virechana, I'm telling, because Siddhisthana is Bahu Vishaya Tattva, and I'm going to deal that Basti in Siddhisthana, it clearly mentioned. So rest of this chapter, second chapter, sixth chapter, and first chapter from 6 to 19 shloka, we come across Vamana Virechana only. And other than this, all things are only Basti only. Okay. And in 9th chapter, you come across a little bit Nasa description. Okay. So this, so it's all about the Kalpana Chatushka and its Vyapti. Okay. So as we all of us know that this fourth Chatushka is explained just after the Nidha Chatushka, third Chatushka, where we can found the description about Vata Vyadis, Vatadi doshas. So Acharya in very next chapter, very next Chatushka is going to explain the treatment aspect. But as we all of us know that it is mentioned in so many contexts, indirectly, directly, that particularly in Charaka Sutra Sthana 13th 1 to 2 shloka Chakrapani commentary reminded that among all doshas, Vata is Pradhana, and for Vata, Sneha is Pradhana Chikitsa, hence he is going to explain that one, Snehadhyaya. So, so with this, I have so many references. I don't think it is needed here. So, one thing I want to remind here. So, just in brief, I'll conclude this Chakrapani committee, what you want to tell. So, what I understood, I'll just share my views. So, as we all of us know that for Vata, Snehana is Pradhana, and Basti is also Pradhan Chikitsa. No doubt. But before explaining the treatment, it is necessary to understand the Samprapti of Vata. Vata will serve two kinds. One is Dhatukshaya Avalajana. So it is very clear, this the half part of Sneha, what you told, half Upakrama, we can say that Sneha is half Upakrama. Santarpana in all Apatarpana Chikitsa will be done in Santarpana Janavadi, and in all Santarpana Jana, Apatarpana Chikitsa was explained. So as the Snehana is of course Vatavadi, but we have to understand we cannot take it as a granted, or we cannot go blindly that snares prachikisa vata means we cannot go blindly. Vata, wherever there is a vata, we go on giving snena, not like that. First, we need to understand the samprapti, what kind of samprapti is there, what kind of vidana, what kind of gunas were respect to vata doshas were increased or decreased. According to that, we have to plan. So here, with that respect, Acharya Charaka explained, sneha is a pradhan chikitsa. It indirectly giving the meaning that this sneha is applicable for dhatuksha janya vata vyadhi. It doesn't mean that basti is always for santarpana, avadachana vyadhi. Even basti is also considered snena only. The basti whatever the drugs you are using, according to that, it will act. So the same snehana treatment can be adopted through different routes, not only orally, bahya, even through basti also, we can treat dhatuksha janya vata vyadhi also as a snehana karma. One part. And another dhatuk, whenever there is a apatarpana, what you call avadachana vyadhi, the basti considered to be pradhan chikitsa for vaste basti, but that basti should be shodhan rupa. Okay, means it is very clear. Samprapti is important. According to that, we have to plan. That's why basti snena both are pradhan chikitsa for vata. So here, with that same meaning, with the same thing, Acharya first uses snena as a pradhan chikitsa for vata, but in that description, Chakrapani has quoted that even of course basti not only snehana for vata, even basti also important, but due to the issues, because of the reasons, I'm not going to explain here. And the same thing where I'm going to explain is explained in Kalpasthana first chapter commentary, and it is there he quoted that I'm detailedly going to explain about basti in Siddhisthana. Okay, with this I will just complete my brief introduction about this 13th chapter. As I told, 2 days 2 days we are mainly focusing on charaka chakrapani, and wherever there is a need, I will go to Vakvata and another commentary, and even I will go to Sushrata also. But mainly I'm focusing on charaka because we have so many things. So at least we need to cover 70 shlokas minimum within 2 days, and they are very important. And we need to understand its applied aspect, clinical aspect, and its application also. Okay, with this, I will stop my this session. And if you have any discussion, will discuss. And this, particularly this Chakrapani commentary. Anything discussion, we will discuss. Or,
May I add something?
sir?
May I add something?
Yes, sir.
Regarding this Chakrapani commentary and regarding Basti and other karma. Actually, in this chapter only, Charaka has not missed Basti also and Masi also. Charak Sutra San 13 by 24. Bhaksham Abhyanjanam Basti Stata Chuttar Bastaya Gandushakarnadevam Janasta Karnakshikarpanam Chaturvanshi Teta Snyasya Pravichan. So I have not missed the Basti also and Masi also. So,
Yes, you are right.
Sneha is the main thing and Basti is a tool. So by any means, if we have to pacify the Vata, we need the various tools. So Sneha is the basic tool and other are the sadhanas. So whether it might be Matsya, it might be the Basti, it might be the Pana, or it might be the Abhyanga. All the things are going to pacify the Vata. So that's why after Charaka, Vata Kalakaliya, Sneha Daya.
So, guys, I told you, when you are go on discussing things, I am going to explain that, but it's okay, it's good, because I need to cover so many shlokas. Then it's while discussing pravachan, it comes. Okay, thank you. And any other discussion from other teachers? Anybody want to add? Yes, of course. Swatantra is nothing but Dhatu Seven. Yes. Right. Next, anything, sir? Or we'll conclude? Or anyone to discuss? Sir, w.s.r, sir, yes. Dr. w.s.r, sir, just a sir, just I'd like to welcome our Dr. G.R. w.s.r, sir. He's a direct principal of our institute, and in his guidance, we learned so many things with his guidance. I learned so many things clinically of theoretical also. So I request Dr. Sachin Chandela sir to welcome our Dr. w.s.r sir. Sir, Dr. Sachin Chandela, he came from Nagpur sir. He's a resource person. Sir, we need your valuable suggestions, sir. Sir, and I'm fortunate to tell that Dr. w.s.r sir has written a book. Sir, it is under process. It's almost completed, and he focused on Vata dosha. Vata unde na sir? Vata. ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಂಪನಿ ಇದೆ ಸರ್? So it's to publish this book, and his approach is very different. It's totally different. Sir has completed his PhD from Jamnagar. He's a board medalist, and we are fortunate, really be fortunate. We learn theoretical and even clinical things also. Thank you, sir. Sir, anything? Thank you. Anything? Anybody to discuss? Thank you. Next session I hand over Dr. Shilpa.
Sir, we appreciate the knowledge you shared with us today. Your session was truly enlightening, sir. Thank you. It's a pleasure to introduce our exceptional speaker, Dr. Shilpa Shri Ma'am, Assistant Professor, Department of PG Studies in Panchakarma, who will share valuable insights on Purva Karma in Snehapana.
same shloka, they have mentioned na tailadayaho. Okay. So why only na tailadayo? Why not na vasadayo, na majjadayo? Why it is not? Why only na tailadayo? Why? Because Ghruta is Shrestha among all the Jangama Dravyas. Similarly, the Taila is Shrestha among all the Stavara Snehas, especially Tila Taila. So, and also, as I told you earlier, that is Taila is mainly for the Vata Doshahara, and also Taila can treat other doshas also like Kapha and the Pitta along with the Vata, and it is broadly used in all the karmas. Okay, it is not that Vasa Majja, it is somewhat restricted, even Ghruta is restricted in some karmas, but Taila is used in all the broadly in all the karmas like Nasya, Kana, Kona, Basti, Tarpana, everything, Taila is used. And also, even though Taila is having these many gunas, even though Taila is one step lower than the Ghruta. Why? Because Ghruta is having the samskarasya anuvartana property. Only that guna is considering Sarpi at the Sarvasmi. Uttama. Next shloka, that is Ghrutam Pitta Anilaharam Rasa Shukra Ujasam Hitam Nirvaparam Rudukaram Swara Varna Prasadam. Okay, so here Ghruta it is Pitta Anilahara. Okay, so why? Because it is having the Shita guna and Madhura Rasa, so Pittam Hanti, it is Snigdhatva Anila Hanti. So why they have mentioned Pitta Anilahara, only Pittahara, only Anilahara, why it is not like mentioned like that? Why? Because if Sarpi is Uttama Pittahara, but it is not Vatahara. Why? Because if Sarpi is administered only on the Vata dosha, then it is just the calculation of the gunas. See, if you administer the Ghruta in the Vata dosha, if in Vata dosha, Ruksha and Lagu guna is more, then definitely the Vata Shamana will happen even by the Sarpi. If Shita guna is more in the Vata dosha, then again again it will become Vriddhi. So we can't give Sarpi alone when the Shita guna pradana in the Vata dosha. But if we give Ghruta in both Pitta and Vata, then the Shetata of the Vata and Ushnata of the Pitta will get neutralized. So it is told that the Pitta Anila. Next, apart from this, that is, I told you already, it is Kapahara also. One example here they have mentioned, that is Sharaduta, administration of Sharaduta in Kapajagrani. So in Kapajagrani, Grani means usually Agni Dushti will be there. So we can directly give Sarpipana. Why? Because the Agni Dipana is the main property of the Sarpi. But what we will do with samskara with the kapahara dravya, then we will give that will cure the kapajakarani and it will become the tridoshana. If we give sarpipana alone, that is acha sneha if we give, then that is only pitta anilahara. So kapajakarani it won't be cured. But when we do the samskara with the kapajadravyas, then it is tridoshahara. So like that, Sarpi is Tridosha Hara. And almost, as we already know, almost all the diseases are due to Dvandvaja itself. Some diseases are Samipadaja. So we can't there is only Vatahara, Pittahara, Kapara like that. It is the Vivika, that is Pitta Anila Hara. Okay, next slide. Now the word comes Hara. What is meant by Hara? Hara means that here we should consider it as Shamana. Okay, one beautiful concept is there in Charaka Vimanasthana first chapter, that is Satatam Abhyasamanam Vato hi Rauksha Shaitya Laghopapanno Viruddha Guno Bhavati Viruddha Guna Sanipate hi Bhuyasya Alpam Avajiyate Tasmat Tailam Vatam Jayati. That is, here Bhuyasya means strong qualities, here Alpa means weak qualities, Avajiyate means result or impact. So, in one dravya, if both the dravyas having the opposite gunas are present, one which is the stronger, it will dominate with that of the other gunas, that is the weaker gunas. So, next slide. So, there will be, if we give Gruta in Pitta Javaris or else Taila in Vata Javaris or Madhu in the Kaf Javaris, first there will be interaction between the gunas. That is dosha, ahara, vihara, vicharas, karma. Like that, there will be interactions. So, in that interaction, if the gunas of Taila or else Gruta wins, that is, those gunas are predominant, then automatically the dosha gunas will subside. If dosha gunas are more, then automatically the disease will continue. Okay, so Taila Gruta Madhu, that is Chavana Vata. How it will be achieved means due to Satata Abhyasam. Satata Abhyasam Manam iti. That is, due to Satata Upyoga of Taila, Gruta, Madhu, then it will be Vatahara, Pittahara and Tapahara. Okay, so example is, we already know in Vataja Kushta, due to Utlishta of Vata, Ruksha and Karagunas will be there. Due to Snehapana, that is, it may be Shodhanartha Snehapana, Shamananga Snehapana, Acha, Pravicharana, whatever may be the Snehana. So when we give the Snehapana continuously, that is Satatam Abhyasam, then gradually the symptoms will reduce and Buesa Alpam Avajiyate, that is, it will win over the weaker gunas. So the disease will get reduced. So when it comes with the main topic, that is Hara means what? Hara means Shamana. It is not like doshas will not permanently subside or doshas will not permanently eliminate from the body, okay, or completely vanish. It's not like that. Hara means Shamana. Only the Prakopata and Utklishtata of that gunas will get subsided to the Samavastha. Okay, that is the meaning of the Hara. Next shloka, that is Marutagnam, Nachashleshma Vardhanam, Balavardhanam, that is, these are the gunas of the Taila. Tvacha Mushnam Sthirakaram Taila, Yoni Vishodhanam. So, Taila is Marutagna, that is Vadhara, but it won't increase the kapha, and it is Balavardhana. Which kind of Bala is? That is, the Yuktekrita Bala will get increased. And it is Tvacha. Okay, why Tila Taila or Taila is called as Tvacha means Tvacho Hitam Tvacha. That is, with this Hitakara to the Tvacha is called as the Tvacha. So in Tvacha, there will be, we already studied, that is Spashana Indriya Adhisthana, that is the Vayu Adhisthana, Vata Adhisthana will be there. And in Tvacha, Ruksha, Pangsha, Vishada, Karashita Guna will be there, which are opposite to that of the Taila. So it is considered as the Tvacha. How it is achieved? By the Abhyanga and all the Bahiparimarshana Chikitsa, we can achieve the Tvacha. Next is the Sthirakaram. Okay, Sthirakaram, that is, it is having the Sthiraguna. So, Taila is having the Tikkarasa. Okay, Tikkarasa, Katuvipaka, and Ushnavirya. So, in the Tikkarasa, the karma of Tikkarasa is Tvakumansa Yogo Sthirikarana. Okay, we already studied this, that is in 26th chapter, Sutrasthana. That is, by using the Taila for the Abhyanga, the Tvak Sthirata, we can achieve the Tvak Sthirata, and it loses the Shikilata of the Tvak. So that's why Acharya Vagbhata, while describing about the Dinacharya, Abhyangam Acharya Nityam, Sa Jara Shrama Vatahara. Okay, so that is, by regular Abhyanga, we can achieve the Sthiratva of the Jara. Along with it reduces the Shikilata of the Tvak, that is, as aged person wrinkles will be there. That is Shikila Guna more in that person. That will get reduced and it will enhance the Sthiratva. Next comes Yoni Vishodhanam. Tailam Yoni Vishodhanam. So Yoni is the organ for the Vatasthana, and it is the Yoni, it is controlled by the Apanavata itself, and we already know 20 Yoni Vapats are there, and this doesn't happen without the involvement of the Vata dosha, and all the karmas of the Vata can be considered for the Yoni Roga also. And so Taila is considered as the Vatahara and also Yoni Vishodhana. Okay. Next is regarding the Kala, that is Rutu-wise Snehapana. Sarpe Sharadi Patavyam Vasa Majja Cha Madave Tailam pravriti na ati ushna shite sneham pibe naraha. That is, Sarpi should be given in the Sharad Ritu, Vasa Majja in the Madhava, and Tailam in the Pravrit Ritu. So when we consider these Ritus, these Sharad Ritu is Sadharana Ushna, Madhava is Sadharana Shita, and Pravrit is the Sadharana Varsha. And in Chakrapani, he has mentioned Sharad Ritu means why? Because in Bahupikta Avastha will be there. So Gruta should be given in the Sharad Ritu, and Tailadi, they have clearly mentioned Tailadi Dravya should not be given, only Gruta should be given. And Vasa and Majja, that is no ati Shitoshna, in Sadharana Kala it will be there. And the gunas of the Vasa and Majja depend, the virya of the Vasa and Majja depending upon the Desha, it will change. And usually in the Madhava Ritu, so Balakshaya will be there and Dhatukshaya will be there. So Vasa Majja is having the properties of Balya and Dhatu Vruddhikara. So we have to administer Vasa Majja in the Madhava. Next, along with, I told you about the Bahupikta, along with that, there are other criteria why we are using the Sarpi in the Sharad Ritu itself. Why? Because it is having the Sadharana Ushnatva. If Sadharana Ushnatva and Sarpi is having the Viparita Guna of that of Pitta, so we are using. Along with that, it is having the Tishna and Ushna Guna Vruddhi will be there. So Sarpi is the choice of the Dravya. As it contains the Shita Guna and the Snita Guna, so it is the choice. Okay. Next. So why Taila is used in the Pravrit Ritu means usually after Grishma Ritu, Pravrit Ritu will come, and here the Ushnatva of the Grishma Ritu will reduce, and but not it is having the Ati Shita Guna will not be there, and the Ushna Guna will be in the reduced condition. So in Pravrit Ritu there will be increase of the Lagu, Ruksha, Khara, Shita Guna. So almost all these gunas are from the Vata gunas. So if we use the Taila, then that is more efficient in winning over the Vata gunas. Then next concept comes, that is Vata Pitta Dika Ratram Ushniya Cha Api Piben Naraha Shleshma Dike Diveshite Pibecha Amala Bhaskare. That is here in Vatadika, Pittadika, Vata Pittadika, and even in the Ushna Ritus, that is Grishma Ritu, we have to give the snehapana in the Ratri. Ratri means that is as we already know that is Charaka Siddhisthana, third chapter. Dina Samipe Ratram, Ratri Samipe Dina. So Ratri means here we have to consider it as Sayam. Okay. And in Shleshmadika persons and Shita Kala, that is Hemanta Ritu and Shishira Ritu, we have to give the Snehapana in the Diva. And in Vata Pittadika condition, we have to give the Gritapana, and in Shleshmadika persons, we have to give the Tailamana. And next is Amala Bhaskare, that is the sun rays and all powerful. Then at that time, we have to do the Snehapana. Okay, and one more added point of the Dalhana is we have to do the Samshamana. If we are giving the Sneha in the Ratram, that is Nishi, then Samshamana Sneha we have to give. And if we are giving the Snehapana in the Ushna Kala, Saha Bhaktina, along with Bhujana, we have to give the Snehapana. Next is regarding the Anupana of the Sneha. Jalam Ushnam Grute Peyam Yusha Taila Anushasyate. Vasa Majjestu Mandaha Syad Sarveshu Ushna Atam Ambuva. Okay. So that is Ushna Jala. For Gruta, the Anupana is Ushna Jala. And for Taila, Anupana is Yusha. And for Vasa Majja, Anupana is the Manda. But almost all the Snehas, for Sarvesham, all Snehas, Ushna Jala is the Anupana. Now the doubt arises, why we have to do the Anupana? So, Anupana here they have mentioned, Anupana Parimanam to Samyak Beshaja Pakartam Kriyamana. There are 2 points regarding the Anupana. First is for Samyak Pakarta of the Aushadha. Okay, Samyak Paka of Aushadha. That is, Aushadha means it may be Sneha or else it may be Shaman Aushadha. So, for Samyak Paka purpose, we have to give the Anupana. And next is Beshajam Avaikarika Pakena Eva Vruddha Vaidya Vyavaharacha. That is Beshajam Avaikarika Paka. That is to prevent the indigestion of the sneha dravyas, we have to give the anupana. Okay, so next is how anupana should be. So yadahara gune panam viparita dadishyate annanupanam dhatunam drishtam yanna virodhi cha. So it should have the two main points. That is, the anupana should be virodhi, that is opposite to that of the ahara guna, and then it should not harmful for the dhatus. That is, the dhatu drishti should not happen. Like that, anupana should be selected. And this is the generalized, that is samanya niyama of the anupana. That is snigdoshnam maruteshastam, pitte madaram shitalam, kafe anupanam rukshoshnam, kshaye mamsarasah param. That is, if it is vatavedi, then snigdoshna anupana should be given. If it is pitta, that is madura shita. And if it is kapha, then rukshosna anupana should be given. And if kshaya avastha is there, then mamsarasa should be given. So, by this concept, when we analyze the main shloka, so in Gruta, Ushna Jala is given. Why? Because Gruta is Shita and Madura. So, Viparita Guna we needed. So, Ushna Jala is Viparita. So, we have to give the Ushna Jala. And for Taila, Yusha is given. Why? Because Taila is given mainly for the Vata and Kapadosha. So, Yusha is having that property. And the Yusha should be given in such a way that it should not increase the Vigaha Guna of the Taila. Like that, we have to give the Yusha. And the Vasa and Majja, for that Manda is the Anupana. Why? Because Vasa Majja are both Guru Dravyas and Manda is Lagutara. So we have to give the Manda in the Vasa and Majja. And in Sadharanta, for all the snehas, we have to give the Ushna Jala. But we have to consider dosha, desha, rutu, prakriti, lakshana, skala, etc. Everything should be considered before we are planning for the Ushna Jala Anupana. Next comes the Ahara Purva Snehapana. Dravoshna Anavishandi Bojam Annam Pramanatha Nati Snigdam Asankirnam Shva Sneham Patu Michetaha. Okay, so here this ahara should be applied not only for the Shodhananga Snehapana, even for the Shamananga Snehapana, Achapana, Vicharana Pana, or whatever may be the krama of the Snehapana, we have to advise this ahara. And this is the instructions given for the Vaidya and also for the Rogi. Rogi, he has to listen and follow, and Vaidya what to tell the ahara. That instruction is told in this shloka. Here, Anavishandi, the word is used. Okay, so in the same chapter 54th shloka, it is told that Avishani means Grava Pradana Shleshma Vikari. So opposite to that of the Avishani is called Anavishandi. So we have to choose the ahara which is not Drava and which does not cause us the Kapaja Vikara. Like that, we have to choose the ahara and give. Not Drava means it should not be very liquidy consistency, or else not Ghana. It should be semi-liquid consistency. We have to give the ahara. For example, the plant fruits, vegetable, food grains, mamsarasa from the anupadesha and residing in the drava, it should not be given. And Navana Ikshurasa, then fruits from the watery substance like watermelon, oranges, it should not be given. And then what should be given? So Purana Shali, Barjita Shali, Alpa Sneha Vilapi, Yusha, Peya, Yavagu, like that ahara should be given. And one more point is matra is very much important. Okay, so it is not that like we are giving the lagu ahara means the person has to consume full stomach of ahara, like not like that. It should be apt to that of the person Agni and Koshta Vihartasas. Then we have to give the Pramanataha ahara. So matra of the ahara is also very important. Next is here the word comes asamkirna, that is aviruddha virya. Asamkirna virya means it is not like opposite. Shita, Ushna, Ruksha, Sneha, it's not like that. In Chakrapani they have mentioned here viruddha means virya viruddha, that is Guru, Gurutara, Gurutama. The combination of Guru, Gurutara should not be given. Gurutara, Gurutama. The combination should not be given. So, example is Kshira Dadi should not be given. Kshira Gurta we should not give. Okay, and ati guru ahara along with ati abhishandi ahara we should not give. Like that we have to mention. And one more vihara example is diva swapna along with avyayam, avyakta vyayama should not be done. So hence here aviruddha or asankirana means here we should not take opposite gunas. We have to consider it as virya viruddha. And who has to take this ahara means snehapatum ichita. Who is willing to take the snehapana, for those persons only this kind of ahara is advised. Then when we have to give, that is shwa. They have mentioned in the shloka shwa. That is shwa itya agamadina. That is next day snehapana means previous one day or night we have to give the ahara. Okay. Next comes that is Shodhanartha Sneha and Shamananga Sneha. Pibe Samshamanam Sneham Annakale Prakamshitaha. So Prakamshita, first word is Prakamshita. Prakamshita means who is willing to take the Shamana Sneha, for those persons. Sneha is not that much easy to take. Even Shamana Sneha or Shodhana Sneha, whatever may be the Sneha, it is very difficult to take. Okay, so who is the person who is willing to take, for those persons only we have to give the Sneha. And Pibe Samshamanam's name Annakale Prakamshita. Here two words comes. So when the previous day night food is digested, when the person is having the Shuddha, that is he should have the hungry, and also it should be Annakala. At that time we have to do the Samshamana Sneha. That is in the indirectly he is hinting that we have to do the Samshamana Sneha in the empty stomach itself. And what is the matra? That is Madhyama matra or else Rasva matra we have to give. But Chakrapani has mentioned Annakale Dvi Praharadi Lakshane Bubuksha Kadachin Nasyadapi Tadartha Visheshanam Prakamshita iti. That is, we have to wait for 2 Prahara Kala. So that is, 1 Prahara is 3 hours, so 2 Prahara Kala is 6 hours. So we have to, since morning we have to wait for 6 hours, that is almost around 12 o'clock it becomes. So we have to give, at that time the person feels the appetite. At that time they have to, and he Annakale, he is ready to take the food. So at that time we have to give the Shamana Sneha. Next comes Shodhananga Sneha. Shuddhyatam Punarahare Naishe Jeerne Piben Narha. So the previous day night the food should be digested, but the patient should not have the hungry. He should not feel the appetite. That at that time Shodhananga Snehapana should be given. And so that is early morning it will come. That is Suryoda Samaya. Early morning when we get up, we won't feel that much hungry. So at that time we have to give the Shodhananga Snehapana. And at that time, what will happen? The Vatanulomana will be there and Shuddha Udgara will be there. No Ahara Prakamshita. We won't feel that we have to have the food at that time. And there will be Laguta of the Sharira. So this is the perfect time for the Shodhananga Snehapana. So one more thing is, in this avastha, that is whatever I told earlier, in this avastha, there will be Leena dosha or Shesha doshas will be there. So that is present in the shaka. So at that time, if we do the snehapana, then they start slowly moving towards the koshta. So in total, Shodhananga snehapana should be given in the prata kala, in nirama avastha, when the patient doesn't feel the appetite, but in the empty stomach, we have to give the Shodhananga snehapana. By using the Arthapati Tantra Yukti, it is told that Samshamana Sneho Yadi Janane Prata Eva Kriyate, that is Tata Kosha Upaleka Doshasya Kuryat No Samshamana. Means if in this time when the patient doesn't feel hungry, at that time if we give the Samshamananga Snehapana, then what will happen? As the Leena doshas and the Shesha doshas will be there, that doshas will get Utklesha. Again, those doshas will move towards the Shaka and again it will produce the Upadrava, which is explained in the 74 to 75, 78 slokas, same chapter. So we should not give the Samshamananga Snehapana when the patient is not hungry. Okay? Next is the Parihara Vishayas. Okay, that is Ushnodaka Upachari, Syad Brahmachari Kshapashaya, Chakra Mudra Anila Udgara, Anudena, No Garayet, Vyayama Ucha Vachanam Krodha Shopa Hima Ata Vajay Pravacha Seveta Shayanasanam. Sneham Pitam Pitva Naraha Sneham Pratibunjati Ivana, Sneham Ityupacharat Jayante Dharana. So these are all we know. Here, Acharyas has explained Parihara Vishayas in three categories. That is before Snehapana and during the days of the Snehapana and after the digestion of the Snehapana and also after the end of the Snehapana. That is 3 days, 5 days, 7 days, after the end of the 7 days. So until that we have to advise these Parihara Vishayas. And these Parihara Vishayas also applicable for the Shodhanartha Snehapana, Shamananga Snehapana and even the Naimitika Snehapana also we can advise. We have to advise the Parihara Vishayas. Okay, that is same what I have explained. Sneham Pitva Naraha, Sneha Pratibunjan Eva. So the word Pratibunjan means that is after Sneha Jirna. That is after Jirna also the patient has to follow these Parihara Vishayas. Same I have mentioned. And one more thing, Sushruta has mentioned. So the bhojana should be done with after digestion of the all the sneha dravyas and all. The bhojana should be na ruksha, na ati snigdha also, and also the ahara should be anukula to that of the sneha dravyas. Like that ahara we have to give. Otherwise, it is considered as a mithya upachara and it will lead to daruna gata. Next point comes, that is if Shamana Sneha should be given after food or else with food. Usually, I told you Shamana Sneha should be given on the empty stomach and good appetite. Not only this, here he has mentioned that is Pita Sneha Jina Lakshanas. That is digestion of the after digestion of the Sneha, then only we have to advise the food like that of the Shodhananga Snehapana. In Shodhananga Snehapana, what we will do after Jirna of the Sneha itself, we are advising the food. Same rule apply for the Shamananga Sneha also. That is, we have to advise Ahara after the Jirna of the Sneha itself. It may be the whatever matra it may be, so it has to get digested. Then only we have to give the Ahara. Then, how many days we have to give the Shamananga Snehapana? It is not ruled that 3 days, 5 days, 7 days we have to give until the Vyadi Prashamana we have to give, and also Vyadi Mardavata Snigdhatvat Snigdhamala. Until these Lakshanas of the Samyak Snigdha Lakshanas we have to give the Shamananga Snehapana, and immediately we should not withdraw the Shamananga Snehapana. We have to taper the dose of the Sneha. After that, we have to switch over to the Brahmana Sneha. Then we have to stop the Snehapana. Then comes Koshta Pariksha. Sir will deal with the Koshta Pariksha. Briefly, I will explain just theoretical part. Mrudu Koshta Triratrena Snehya Achopa Sevaya Snehate Krura Koshtaska Saptaratrena Manava. So they have given some list of drugs, that is Buddha, Ikshurasa, Mastukshira, Alodikadata, Paisa, Krusha, Sarpi, Kashmare, Tripalarasam, Draksharasam, Telurasam, Jalam, Ushna, Atapeva, Madhyam Taranam Pitva, Mrudu Koshte Virichate, Virichayanti Naitani Krura Koshtam Kalachanam. Like that, they have explained. Here, I will explain in detail about one word. Here, they have mentioned Achopa Sneha. Means, Koshta Pariksha is mainly done for the Achapana itself, not for the Vicharana Sneha. And if the Sneha Karma complete by taking of the Acha Sneha in within 3 days, then that is the Mrudu Koshta, 5 days means Madhyama Koshta, and 7 days means Krura Koshta. And so, how to know who is Mrudu Koshta, Krura Koshta, and how to determine what is the method of examination? That is, for this, Charaka has given list of the words, that is Buddha, Ikshurasa, everything. Here we have to know one point. That is, Mrudu Koshta means in this also there are, due to Taratama Bhava, there are 3 categories. That is Atyanta Mrudu, Madhyama Mrudu, and the Samanya Mrudu. So how we have to assess? By giving some of the dravyas like Buddha, Kshira, like that we have to give. But we have to consider the Satmyata of the person. If the Kshira is Satmya, that is 100, if for example 100 ml Kshira is Satmya for those person, means we have to increase the dose and we have to assess the Koshta. So if we give slight amount of Buddha itself, if Atyanta Murdu is then Virechana will happen. If we next dose that is Madhyama, next dose of the Guda, then that is the Samanya Mridu. Like that, we have to, depending upon the patient, we have to consider. Similarly, not only Guda, we have to consider other dravyas also. Here, some of the dravyas they have to mention. They mention that Ikshurasa, Eshti Madhupata, Mastu, Shira, Ushnajala. If we see all these drugs, we will use these drugs as the Vamana Dravya, as the Akantapana, or as Vamanopaka Dravya. These dravyas are used. But here, next slide. Here, in Mrudu Koshta, they have mentioned that there will be Udirna Pitta, Alpa Kapha, and Alpa Vata will be there. So, in such koshtas, what will happen? Due to increase, due to Manda Kapha and Manda Vata, so the Malagati, Niyantana of the Malagati will be there, and it means that it doesn't does the Sambala of the Malas, just they will reduce the Saraguna of the Pitta. That's why the Mrudu Koshta is Suvirechya. Okay, so once before starting of the Snehapana, first we have to assess the Koshta, then only we have to go for the Snehapana. And here one more thing is in Pittaja and Pitta, usually the consistency in Pittaja and Pitta Pradhana, Mala is always Dravarupa, and Kafaja and Kapha Pittaja persons, Mala will also in little bit of Gana form, and in Vata Pitta, in Vata Pitta Avastha and Vata Avastha, so the Mala will be Sar Shabda, Sar Shula, sometimes Drava, sometimes Ghana, like that, it will be there. So, with the knowledge of this background, we have to assess the Koshta. And one more thing, we were describing about the Yashtimadu, Ushnajala, Duddapana, Iksharasa. That is, what these are the either Vamanopaka dravyas or else Akantapana. If we give the Akantapana with these dravyas, if Vishuddha Pitta is present in that person, then Virechana will happen. Okay, instead of Samyak Vamana, the Virechana will happen. That is, it should having the Vishuddha Udirna Pitta, but remember that in this the gunas should be Drava, Sara and Sneha gunas. If these gunas along with Udirna Pitta is there, then if we give these dravyas for the Vamana purpose also, Akantapana purpose also, it will become the other darshana, that is Virechana will happen. Okay, and sometimes what will happen, we will say Vamana is also not the easiest procedure. First they will drink the Kshira and all Akantapana, they will have. After that, the person may refuse the Madana Paladi Vamana Yogas and all. So in this avastha, we won't give 1 or 2 glasses. We will give the almost stomach full up to like we will give the these dravyas, that is Kshira and all. So in these patients also, it is if the patient is having the Mrudu Koshta, then the Vamana will not happen. The Virechana will happen with some of the with the discomfort, it will happen. So, as I told you, in Pitta predominant, in the Mrudu Koshta, it's Saraguna, mainly the Guna. It is the calculation of the Gunas itself. If the Saraguna is predominant in the Pitta Avastha, then it is considered as the Suvirechya. Then that is the Viparita. By applying the Viparya Tantra Yukti, that is opposite of that of the Krura Koshta, Mrudu Koshta, na etani Krura Koshtam kadachana virechate. Even if we administer all these dravyas, if virechana doesn't happen, then that is the Krura Koshta. So usually in Krura Koshta, what will be there? So Ulbana Vata will be there, and Alpa Pitta, Alpa Kapha will be there. So as it is Alpa Pitta, the Saraguna will be in the decreased avastha, and Vata and Kapha will be more. So in this avastha, the virechana will not happen that much easily. So next. So it's just interpretation which is taken from the Grahani Roga Adhikara, Charaka Chikitsa, 15th chapter. If there is Udirna Pitta in the Grahani, and imagine if there is Udirna Pitta in Grahani and Agni Bala in the Uttama Avastha, then if we give the Snehapana in the improper dose, then what will happen? That leads to complication. In this Adhikarana, Acharya Charaka is giving the alarming signs for the physician. That is, we have to see the gunas. That is, in Udirna Pitta Avastha, if Drava, Sara, Sneha guna is increased. No need of the snehapana. Snehapana. Directly we have to go for the sadhya vamana if the doshas present in the urdhva amashaya and sadhya virechana. That is koshta shodhana if the doshas is present in the adamashaya. First we have to do these karmas. Then next we have to go for deepana, pachana followed by classical snehapana, sarvanga bhenga. Then we have to plan for the vamana or virechana. So here the main is if these gunas are present, then only we have to follow this karma. Next. So if the Agnibala in Uttama Avastha, then we have to again next step is Shamana Aushadhi we have to give. So if in Udirna Pitta Avastha, if Tikshna, Ushna, Ruksha gunas are taken excessively, then it will further influence the Agni. Again, there is the chances of then there will be less chance of the Mridu Koshta. Why? Because there is the Saraguna, Dravaguna will not be there. These gunas are opposite to that of the Mridu Koshta. So it is considered as the Durvirechana. There is less chance of the Virechana and it may happen that no Virechana. So even though Pitta is Udirna, but due to the gunas, Ushna, Tikshna and Ruksha gunas, so it will be Durvirechana. So by keeping all these in mind, it is mandatory for all the physicians to assess the koshta first, to assess the gunas of the doshas first, then only we have to administer the shodhana. So these are the pura karmas, just a description about the pura karmas and their assessment. Next, in the next coming shlokas, sir will deal with it. So snehapana is the most crucial procedure. It is the from base of the shodhana karmas. And here, prior to snehapana procedure, it is important to carefully consider the dosha, dusha, koshta, matra, kala, anupana, etc. We have to consider all these. Then only we have to do the snehapana. Then only the result of the Shodhana therapy will be justified. By this, I will conclude my session. Thanks for everyone for the patience listening, and a special thanks for my team, my scientific committee, and also Rajesh sir and Kedan sir for giving this opportunity to present in front of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am, for your informative and engaging presentation. Let's take 5 minutes break. Next session will start in 10 minutes.
ಇದೇನ ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಏನಿಲ್ಲ
ಬೇಡ ಸರ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ
ಚಲೋ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತೆ